News Digest. Number 1. Privacy concerns about FaceApp.
Looking younger, maybe even happier, maybe even older, because of FaceApp, which uses artificial intelligence to transform pictures with faces. But there are concerns about privacy. At first there were fears could harvest all of the users' photos. That's actually been knocked down, but it can do what it wants with your selfie. And some people are bothered by that because the company is based in Mother Russia.
Number 2. New European Commission President.
The European Commission is getting a new leader. Germany's outgoing defense minister is to be its next president. Ursula von der Leyen is the first woman to win the post after receiving European Parliament support to succeed Jean-Claude Juncker. Now, von der Leyen was confirmed by just 9 votes.
Number 3. First
Fortnite
World Cup held.
The Fortnite World Cup has wrapped up its first ever massive sporting event in New York, and some of the youngest gamers won big. A 16-year-old American who plays under the name Bugger won the $3 million top prize in Solos division. That's the largest payout for a single player in esports. And get this, everyone who took part in Sunday's competition, even if they scored no points at all, takes home at least $50,000 just for playing.
Number 4. Campaign to change date of Halloween.
Well, some things are just meant to be.
Christmas is on December 25th, New Year's Day January 1st, and Halloween is on October 31st. After all, it is All Hallows Eve. It's been celebrated for more than 1,000 years. But the Halloween and Costume Association has launched a petition drive to change Halloween to the last Saturday of October. The group says it will be safer and not interfere with work or school activities.
Number 5. Massive reforestation project.
Ethiopia has broken the world record in tree planting. More than 350 million were planted in just 12 hours as part of a reforestation campaign led by the country's Prime Minister. But this is just the beginning. The overall goal is to plant 4 billion trees during the rainy season, which lasts until October.
Number 6. Drug-resistant malaria spreading.
Drug-resistant strains of malaria are spreading across Southeast Asia, raising fears of a potential global health emergency. 2 new studies have found the failure rate for the top 2 drugs used to treat Asian malaria skyrocketing across Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. Researchers are urging countries to adopt alternative treatments. Nearly half a million people around the world die of malaria each year. It is transmitted by mosquitoes.
Basic training number 1. Alan Turing honored on banknote.
A pioneer in both modern computing and the LGBT community is being honored in England. Alan Turing will be the face of Britain's new £50 note. Turing was the code breaker and visionary mathematician who cracked Germany's coded messages during World War II. He also played a pivotal role in developing computers. He was also convicted under Victorian homophobic laws, which eventually led him to commit suicide. The governor of the Bank of England called Turing a giant on whose shoulders so many now stand. The new notes will appear by the end of 2021.
Alan Turing honored on banknote, a pioneer in both modern computing and the LGBT community, is being honored in England. Alan Turing will be the face of Britain's new £50 note. Turing was the code breaker and a visionary mathematician who cracked Germany's coded messages during World War II. He also played a pivotal role in developing computers. He was also convicted under Victorian homophobic laws, which eventually led him to commit suicide. The governor of the Banknote of England, The governor of the Bank of England called touring a giant on whose shoulders so many now stand. The new notes will appear by the end of 2021.
Basic training number one. Alan Turing honored on banknote.
A pioneer in both modern computing and the LGBT community is being honored in England. Alan Turing will be the face of Britain's new 50-pound note. Turing was the codebreaker and visionary mathematician who cracked Germany's code during World War II. He also played a pivotal role in developing computers. He was also convicted under Victorian homophobic laws, which eventually led him to commit suicide. The governor of the Bank of England called Turing a giant on whose shoulders so many now stand. The new notes will appear by the end of 2021.
Basic training number two. High-tech implants for the brain.
SpaceX founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future is a way to merge your brain with artificial intelligence. Musk is co-founder of Neuralink, a startup which aims to implant a device in the brain that would communicate with an iPhone app and computers as well. Musk says the device could be used to improve memory, repair motor function, or just help people with cognitive defects. He says the trials could begin by the end of next year. Critics are warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access to brain data.
High-tech implants for the brain. SpaceX founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future is a wide merger of brain with artificial intelligence. Musk is co-founder of Neuralink. Musk is a co-founder of Neuralink, a startup which aims to implant a device in the brain that will communicate with an iPhone app and computers as well. Musk says the device could be used to improve memory, repair motor function, or just help people with the cognitive defects, or just help people with cognitive defects. He says the trials could begin by the end of next year. Critics though are warning about the risks of business, warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access to the brain data.
Basic training number two. High-tech implants for the brain.
SpaceX founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future is a way to merge your brain with artificial intelligence. Musk is co-founder of Neuralink, startup which aims to implant a device in the brain that would communicate with an iPhone app and computers as well. Musk says the device could be used to improve memory, repair motor function, or just help people with cognitive defects. He says the trials could begin by the end of next year. Critics are warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access to brain data.
Critics that are warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access when the enterprise is gaining access to brain data. SpaceX founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future. SpaceX founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future is a wide merge of brain with artificial intelligence. Musk is a co-founder of Neuralink, a startup which aims to implant a device in the brain that will communicate with an iPhone app and computers as well. Musk says the devices could be used to improve memory, repair motor function, or just help people with cognitive defects. He said the trials could begin by the end of the next year. Critics that are warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access to brain data.
Basic training number one. Alan Turing honored on banknote.
A pioneer in both modern computing and the LGBT community is being honored in England. Alan Turing will be the face of Britain's new £50 note. Turing was the code breaker and visionary mathematician who cracked Germany's coded messages during World War II. He also played a pivotal role in developing computers. He was also convicted under Victorian homophobic laws, which eventually led him to commit suicide. The governor of the Bank of England called Turing a giant on whose shoulders so many now stand. The new notes will appear by the end of 2021.
Basic training number 2. High-tech implants for the brain.
SpaceX
founder Elon Musk's latest vision for the future is a way to merge your brain with the artificial intelligence.
Musk is co-founder of Neuralink, a startup which aims to implant a device in the brain that would communicate with an iPhone app and computers as well. Musk says the device could be used to improve memory, repair motor function, or just help people with cognitive defects. He says the trials could begin by the end of next year. Critics are warning about the risks of business enterprises gaining access to brain data.